Welcome back to another Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Report, and today this is actually Battle Report number 42. If you caught Battle Report number 40, that's the one that the Slon blew himself up in the first turn, and then we decided to just restart it. So this is actually the restart of that game. So I didn't take the list down of like what armies I brought or he brought. But basically, if you can watch that one's only like less than 4 minutes long, I think, somewhere around there. But that explains what happened. More or less, right here we have I have a level 4 Lore of Undeath Goblin Shaman, and then I have a level 2 Orc Shaman. The Orc Shaman got Foot of Gork, and it looks like Here We Go. If not Here We Go, it's Fist of Gork. And then my Goblin Shaman got all the summon spells. Basically, this is how the board looks. In the first game, I ended up putting everybody on the left side by the houses, and then he fanatic baited my goblins. So I decided to throw everybody on the right side of the board this time, just to change it up and kind of fuck with them. As you can see, this is the Vanguards. And the Vanguards, I have Lord Chickenhead in the front, just running up on his wolf. Just kind of, he's not scared of what's to come. He's also vanguarding his pterodons up into the middle. And then as we look at this really quick, you can see on my side I have Night Goblins with bows. I have the Ragnarok, 6 Trolls, 24 Savage Orc Biggins, or 23 Savage Orc Biggins. There's a level 2 Savage Orc Shaman behind the Ragnarok. There's a Spear Trucker behind that. And then I have a unit of 13 Spider Riders with Gorbat Ironclaw, and then Lord Paco. And then to the right by the Diet Coke can, that is Igor von Gabo, which is my level 4 Goblin Shaman on a wolf. And then in the back, which you can't really see, is a Doom Diver. And then over here you can see this is his Pterodons moving up. Like I said, he has a unit of Skinks on the left corner. He has the Slon with his Temple Guard, 1 Stegodon, a giant block of 40 Saurus Warriors, another Stegodon with Blowpipes, the Bastillodon, and 2 units of Skinks. So basically I decided to run both of my characters up on the Vanguard on this side after he did his Vanguard. And he wins turn 1, which that sucks. He won turn 1 both times. So what he does is he flies his Pterodons exactly right over here behind my Spear Chucka. So that kind of sucks. And then it does force my Fanatics out, so my Fanatics are going to come out. I throw them all in the middle towards hoping that eventually that clogs the hole, or it creates a hassle, or actually makes it across. His Pterodons, I believe, not sure why they took a dangerous train or took a wound. Can't remember for the life of me, but they took a wound. I'm not sure. I'm sorry about that. It's been a while since I played this game. Over here, he had his Skinks walk up to the trees over here. The trees were 4. I believe that might be a Blood Forest. And then over here, you can see all of his units. They're just kind of moving up this way. Magic Face, he got 9 power dice. He's going to go ahead and throw a unit. He's going to throw dice onto Walk Between the Worlds onto one of the Skink units. I could let it go, and he basically moves one up this close to the Savage Orc Shaman. Then he's going to go ahead and do Tempest, and I tried to stop it, but I couldn't. He goes ahead, throws it onto the Ragnarok, and it goes off, but it doesn't do anything, so the Ragnarok's fine. And then he only has like 1 dice left. I wasted all my dice trying to turn off Tempest, so he uses the 1 dice on the Bastillodon. It goes off, and then he shoots it at Chickenhead. I'm like, Chickenhead, man. Chickenhead takes everything like a champ. He ain't going nowhere, man. That's Chickenhead. Goes ahead and he shoots it. It gets off like, he rolls the dice. He gets a 6, which basically means it gets like 2d6, strength 4 hits that are flaming attacks, whatever, right? So it goes off. It hits Chickenhead. 2d6, it's like freaking, I don't know, like 8 or 9 hits, all right? Strength 4. Goes through. It wounded him so many times that it couldn't ward save enough. And then Chickenhead is dead on turn 1. Turn 1. That's some bullshit, man. Chickenhead doesn't die like that. Wow. So Chickenhead's dead. It was like the heart of my army right there is just dead. And I was just like, man, that sucks. So he's going to go ahead into shooting phase. These Skinks are going to go ahead and start shooting at everything. They try to hit the Ragnarok. It does nothing. I think it was the I think they could reach the Ragnarok. These blowpipes start going, and they shoot off one of the Fanatics. And then, as you can see, this is kind of how the board looks at the end of his turn. We're going to go ahead and start Orcs and Goblins turn 1. I got to do my animosity rolls. Everybody's good. I'm going to go ahead and charge the Arachnarok into the Skinks. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I know they have a low leadership and they're not in the leadership bubble. So it gives him a turn where he has to rally and they don't shoot. So I go ahead and charge. Those guys flee. The other guys, actually, I believe they stay. As for the Fanatics here, one of them got doubles and died, and the other one decided to come back towards the the goblins here. I decided to start moving everybody else up. You know, 4 might be a stupid forest. I don't remember which one. I try to memorize them, but I don't. So I moved the trolls up, I moved the savages up, I moved Gorbat up, and I decided to move this guy all the way back here because now he's a pain in the ass in the background. He has a 4 board, so he might be okay. Over here, I decided to move my Savage Orc Shaman into the Night Goblins here because I'm afraid he's going to get headhunted by the Skinks or the Pterodons. Magic phase, I got 7 power dice. I decided to throw up a unit of Dark Riders. He dispels it, so I can't do shit about that. And then that was about it. I go into shooting phase. I decided to shoot the Skinks. Again, I'm shooting at the Skinks because they're going to flee if they lose their leadership roles. I think they're only like leadership 5, which is like goblin leadership, and it's really hard to get. This one gets a direct hit, does 4 damage, or 4 hits. Not sure if any of them died though, because I don't got a picture of the aftermath. Turn the spear chucker around. I'm trying to shoot through all 3 of these pterodons, and sure enough, I get a 1, which does a slip shot. But basically, I rolled high enough where it does nothing for a turn. And that was about it. I mean, I have nobody else, nobody in close combat, and my magic kind of sucked. My shooting kind of sucked. We're going to go into Lizardman turn 2. Lizardman turn 2, he has to rally his Skinks, and he starts moving them. I think only 1 ran, but the other one he decided to move towards Igor over there. No, they continue to run. I'm sorry. The one on the right decided to continue to flee. The one on the left, I think he's trying to rally. He ends up moving the Bastiladon this way anyways. And as you can see, it's kind of like my right side of his board. It's pretty much all backwards. And then his real threat's on the left side of the house. And then, as you can see, he's just moving up a little bit more on everybody. He ends up getting... Not sure what that was meant for. Oh, that's Magic Phase. Magic Phase, he gets 9 power dice. And he throws this buff on the Stegodon to up his ballistic skill, weapon skill, all that crap, right? So he gets that off. And then he uses some dice onto turning the beast, because we're playing this objective that we got from Blood in the Sun, where basically the beast on top of that rock is a beast that can hex you. And he goes ahead and he turns it towards my Arachnarok, and he debilitates my Arachnarok a little bit, like lowers its initiative, movement, all the statistics basically. He still does the 1 dice trick onto the Bastiladon Solar Jewel. It shoots it right at Igor, and dude, he killed Igor. He got the same exact one. He got a 6 on the thing, which is 2d6, strength 4 flaming hits, and it just hits Igor. It kills him straight out. Like, what the fuck, man? What the hell? He killed my level 4, and he killed 2 lords with 2 shots on the Bastiladon, back-to-back turns. What the fuck? The Skinks over here go ahead and shoot at my Spear Chucker. That's 1 dead Spear Chucker. And then I think that is actually going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2, these guys over here, they failed Animosity, which is going to force them to charge forward. They charge right into the Fanatic. Yeah, that's an issue. They end up killing off like 8 guys. Alright? They don't panic because I got that freaking Orc Shaman in that unit, so thank God they didn't panic. And I decided they can't charge because of, they cannot charge because there was nobody in range, so I decided to move them into the house, and they're garrisoning that house, so they could squabble all they want in the fucking house, I don't care. Over here, you can see everybody else just kind of moved up. I moved through the forest. I'm moving Gorbat towards that Bastiladon because Gorbat's sick of that fucking Bastiladon. And the Savages, I believe, might have failed Animosity if they're sitting back. No, they're moving up. Never mind. Magic Phase, I got 7 power dice, and this guy pops out the door, and he decides he wants to do a foot of Gork, and his fat salon said no. Oh, man. My Doom Diver misfires, and it does nothing for a turn. And, again, it's a fucking wasted phase by me. There's just nothing going on for the Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3, Lizardmen. he charges his Stegodon right here into my Arachnarok. He charges his other Stegodon into the Trolls, and I believe that's it. He's going to connect in with both. He's trying to rally these guys. They didn't do shit. I think they're running off the board. The other ones did rally, and they're facing down Gorbad's unit here. And he starts moving up his Temple Guard and his Saurus Warriors. So basically that's how you see it. Over here his Pterodon starts coming towards my Doom Diver, which is pretty fucked up and scary. And then as you can see over here, this is kind of how the board looks. He's all over the place. Magic phase, he gets 5 power dice, and he goes for Fiery Convocation onto my Trolls. This is gonna hurt big time. He gets it off. It does 3 wounds, and it kills off one of the Trolls. That sucks. Over here, he ends up getting impact hits with the Stegodon, and holy shit, I've never seen impact like this. He did it with Sharpened Horns. It gets off 7 fucking wounds. 7 wounds onto my Arachnarok. Holy shit, I've never seen something hit that fucking hard on the Arachnarok, because the Arachnarok's a beast. It's like strength or toughness 6. It never takes a hit that hard. His Skinks go first, and his Skinks kill the fucking Arachnarok. Are you fucking kidding me? My Arachnarok did nothing. Nothing. Holy shit. So he killed off Chickenhead, he killed off Igor, he killed off my Arachnarok before the game, like before I killed one of his fucking guys. Bullshit. Shooting phase, he didn't really have a shooting phase because most of the guys are either out of range or didn't do anything. So it's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3. His Stegodon, you see, did overrun a little bit into the forest. Savages are going to charge the Stegodon. Gorbad's charging the Bastiladon, and they both connect. The Trolls charge into the Saurus Warriors, alright? And I forgot to turn off Fiery fucking Convocation. I tried to go for, I went for Magic Phase, I tried to go for a Foot of Gork again, and I was like, shit, I didn't stop Fiery Convocation. Or, I tried to stop Fiery Convocation, I just failed outright because I only have a level 2. So this sucks. It fucking killed another Troll. We're going to go to Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, the guys inside the house here, they're going to go ahead and shoot at some Skinks, and they kill off 2 Skinks. And then the Doom Diver, it's going to go ahead and try to take a shot into the ass end of the Pterodons, and it gets another fucking misfire and a wild shot. The wild shot ends up making it shoot off the board and does nothing. Now, close combat, Gorbad's going first. You got to always strike first. He does 2 wounds, alright? And those, I'm sorry, not 2 wounds. Might have been 2 wounds. No, never mind. I take it back. He does 2 wounds, Gorbad. He only gets like 1 off or something like that, right? Even though it goes to armor saves. And then it multiplies to D3. His Skink goes next, and his Skinks all attack Paco, and they only do 1 wound onto Paco. And then basically all the Spider Riders and Paco go, and they end up killing the Bastiladon. Paco's a strength 8 orc. He has a great weapon, and he freaking has Choppas going up right now. So strength 8, that's going through that freaking Bastiladon's armor save. He killed him outright. And that unit's going to go ahead and reform, facing down, I believe, the Stegodon or the Skinks. I'm not sure. As for those Skinks that are standing right where the Bastiladon was, they decide to panic and flee after watching his buddy die, and they run this way toward past their Saurus Warriors, and they're going to go towards their general. So they'll rally on the next turn. And like I said, I just reformed Gorbad over here. His Stegodon over here, these guys are going to go first with their freaking javelins or whatever they are, and they end up killing off 1 Savage Orc. Savage Orcs go, and I got impact hits, and then I got like freaking, I think like close to 30 attacks or some shit crazy. They freaking destroy the freaking Stegodon. They freaking ravaged him. They freaking did so many fucking wounds because they got Choppas going, and they were just like berserk right now. And they killed him in basically the first turn. That's crazy. He just could not handle the onslaught of Savage Orcs, not including the impact from the Big Stabba. So sure enough, as you can see, they're going to have to overrun because that's what they do. And they're running this way, and the Trolls might get some back up faster than they think they will. As for the Trolls start killing off some Saurus Warriors. They kill off 4 guys. They kill off 8 guys. What am I talking about? 4. They kill off 8 guys. Warriors attack back, and they only do 2 wounds. And then I believe it might actually start his turn now. We're going to Lizardmen turn 4, I think it was. Whatever. The Stegodon here is going to charge into the side flank of my trolls. We were trying to see if it could like close the door, and technically we're supposed to force close the door, I believe it was, or something like that. So we did, and he got the charge off, and of course they're going to hit and clip. It is turn 4. Aha, thank you, Beast. And then I'm trying to say he charged just his fucking old blood out of the unit, and the old blood's gonna hit the trolls as well. So he comes out, he's in there. These guys ran off the board, suckers. Magic phase, he got 6 power dice, and I believe nothing really happens on the magic phase. Yeah, I don't think anything happened. He's gonna go ahead and he's going to. Oh, he charged these guys in. That's what this is. He charged these guys in to attack, and then yeah, nothing really happened on his magic phase. I'm looking at these pictures. I think what he did was he shot something into the house, and he ended up killing off 2 goblins. Sorry about that. Fiery Convocation goes again because in the magic phase it ends up killing off 1 more troll. That sucks, man. I hate that stupid Fiery Convocation. And then he's going to go ahead with his Sharpened Horns, do it again. He kills off 2 trolls. And his Stegodon's just like rampage. Oh, not his Stegodon. I'm sorry. The freaking Lord right there is rampaging. Stegodon did do his Sharpened Horn impact. It's killed off like 2 trolls. And then his guy's going, and he's going off, and he does 2 wounds out to that last troll. That last troll's dead. Then the Saurus Warriors go, and they kill him off. And I don't believe that troll killed anybody. And he overruns with the freaking Stegodon, and ends up hitting the savages. And basically that's how that looks. The Doom Diver's fighting back, and he ends up actually putting a wound onto the weakened Pterodon Rider. I don't know why that Pterodon Rider got weakened, but whatever. He ends up killing off 1 of them, and the other 2 remaining ones kill off the Doom Diver. Now check this out. You see that little goblin Doom Diver? He's like, hey guys, they don't notice I'm here, so I'm gonna just go ahead and stick around with these guys. So he ends up joining that unit, and he's just flying around with the Pterodons. He's like, fuck it, let's go. He's like, I'm flying, you're flying, let's all just fly together, man. So he joined that unit. Fucking asshole. Oh, Orcs and Goblins turn 4, failed animosity with Gorbad. He's gonna have to force charge into somebody, and he gets a free move, and then he has to towards the closest unit, which is the Stegodon. Goes towards him and has to declare a charge right there. Bam. Okay, cool. He gets in. That's how it looks. He has to close the door. It's all weird and funny. And we thought he didn't fit between the house and the savages, but it's just the tray that doesn't fit. Like, technically the guys fit. So we had to measure that out and all that crazy shit. Magic phase, I got 8 power dice, and I go for the Foot of Gork, and it goes off on double 6s. Thank God it goes off on double 6s. And my miscast, I got a 9 on the miscast, which I believe is like wizards take a wound or something stupid. And I throw it right on the Temple Guard. Fuck the Temple Guard. Fuck them. Fuck the king. Get a direct hit on the first one. Bam! Check that shit out, man. That's how you kill some fucking Temple Guard. Holy shit. He killed like a good 10 to 12 Temple Guard on the Foot of Gork. Roll 4, 5, or 6 again. I get it again. A 5. Bam! You know what? Fuck the fucking Temple Guard. Going right here. It hits him. It kills off a couple more. Go for a 4, 5, or 6. Do it again and get a 3. So only twice, but it killed off a good chunk of guys. And that's what the foot's for, man. That's what it does. As for the fight over here, as you can see, he got the impact hits from the Stegodon. As you can see, those 5 dice right there, that's how many people he actually wounded. But 3 out of the 5 got ward saves. So only 2 guys died. That's awesome. So Gorbad goes next. He does 4 wounds onto that Stegodon. Then the rest of the guys go, and they just wipe the fucking floor with him. He had no chance at all. And they're going to try to reform. They're stuck in that like corner of the building. And as you can see, Gorbad's facing down that one Old Blood, and the freaking savages are facing down the Saurus Warriors. Gorbad does overrun. I'm sorry, he does. And he's going to go ahead and hit that unit of Saurus warriors. He ain't scared. It's going to start off Lizardmen turn 5. Lizardmen turn 5. The Pterodons and the Trader are going this way, trying to get some rear flank action going. The Skinks here are moving closer towards the house with the Savage. And then Magic Phase, he gets 8 power dice. He's going to go ahead and throw Arcane Unforging onto Gorbad, try to break his weapon. And I believe he does get it off to break his weapon. Or, no, actually I don't think so, because he has to wound him to break his weapon, and I don't think it broke his weapon. And then over here you could see he does Fiery Convocation onto this house with all the fucking goblins, and it goes off and it kills pretty much all of them except for 2 guys and the shaman. They're still in the house that's on fire now. That's why there's no roof. And then I believe we're gonna go into close combat. He attacks with or he challenges, or I challenge with Gorbad. I don't know why I challenge with Gorbad. I expected him to whatever, but he accepts with some chump, and he does 2 wounds onto the chump. I think I did it just to save Gorbad's ass, to be honest. Then Spider Riders go, they kill off 2 guys. Paco goes, Paco kills off 3 guys, and then all the Saurus warriors are going, and I don't think they killed anybody. I don't think they killed a single fucking person. Holy shit. So they didn't kill anybody. And he's like, oh, I'm steadfast. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. I got freaking 3 ranks. You got 3 ranks too. He's like, shit. He's like, I'm not used to Gorbad being in a unit that deep. And I was like, that's the whole point. That's the reason why he's in that unit. So sure enough, he fails combat resolution, and Gorbad runs down the unit. Gorbad's on a rampage in this game, man. He's like, fuck everybody, man. Fuck the things. Alright, so we're going to go ahead into Orcs and Goblins turn 5. This fucking failed animosity. This fucking thing is the worst thing that could have happened. Force move into chasing down the Skinks with Gorbad's unit, and I believe they fleed anyways, and I ended up running them down. But I had to force charge, which is not what I wanted to do with Gorbad's unit. I wanted to turn him around and head for that fucking Temple Guard, because that would have killed the Temple Guard. Killed him. Magic Phase gets 6 power dice. I'm trying for the Foot of Gork again, and I've totally forgot the Fiery Convocation still in there. So I don't think anything really happened that turn. I think maybe I turned off the Fiery Convocation instead. I don't remember. So shooting phase, one Night Goblin sticks his head out the door and shoots out 1 skink. He's like, oh shit, is there still goblins in there? I'm like, yeah, there's still goblins shooting at your fucking skinks right now, man. That's gonna start off Lizardman turn 6. Lizardman turn 6, he's gonna go ahead and charge his old blood into the savages. Savages have to stand. He charges his whole Temple Guard into the house towards the Savage Shaman, and they connect. All of them connect in, and I think he even charges Skinks in just for the hell of it. He also charges the Pterodons and the Trader into the rear of the Savages here, and it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. We're going to go 5 power dice for him, and I don't think anything really happened. We're going to go straight into close combat. Close combat, I challenge his guy, because I know if he attacks him and whatever, he could only kill the 1 guy. So he goes in and takes the challenge against my Savage Orc champion, and of course he kicks his ass. He did 4 wounds to him. That's fucking nuts. And then the Savages decide to kill off all the guys in the back, even the Trader. They were like, fuck this goblin. And sure enough, they killed him off. And I believe it might be a steadfast, because he charged. He did 4 wounds. That's 5. I did at least 4 wounds. I got a rank and a banner, 2 ranks and a banner. I might have won, but he probably stuck with the general's leadership. So yeah, that's a stalemate right there. His skinks end up killing off, or his Temple Guard end up killing off the last 2 guys here, and the Shaman, and that's pretty much how it ends. He's going to turn his unit around here. Orcs and Goblins turn 6. I turn Gorbad's unit around, and it's getting pretty damn close. They're going to go ahead and attack his guy. His guy kills off 1 Savage Orc, and Savage Orcs fail to wound him. And that's the end of the game, my friends. We added up all the points. We are exactly around 100 points between the both of us. It's a tie. It's a tie game. Unfortunately, this is the last game Todd is playing with his Lizardmen, and we ended on a tie. And It was a fun game. I mean, a lot of things happened that we didn't expect to happen. Um, Mainly like Chickenhead and Igor dying on the first turn. And out of all the times I've ever vanguarded them out, that's the first time they've ever died on turn one. So I'm not entirely like destroyed by it. It happens. It happens. But that was interesting. The Ragnarok getting his ass crushed was pretty devastating. But guess what? You know what? You know who made up for it? My MVP, Gorbad. Gorbad killed the Bastiladon, killed the Stegodon, freaking killed a whole unit of Saurus warriors. He was on fire and he didn't give a flying fuck. He was on a rampage with the Wog. And he would have killed that Slon if he didn't have his failed animosity roll. And maybe I should possibly contemplate taking Paco as a Black Orc to quell animosity if need be. But anyways, it was a fun game. It was Todd's last game as the Lizardmen army. He sold off his whole army, especially since Age of Sigmar came out. But he does end up purchasing a dwarf army, which you'll probably see the next game of me and Todd be dwarves versus orcs and goblins. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button already, do so, and I'll be putting up more videos very soon. I do have 2 games from the Dice Dojo tournament that I did, and that's coming up very soon, and I think that's about it. Oh no, I have another 2 games coming up after that, so I have a lot of games I still have to get through, and today's Monday, so you'll see a couple coming up this week. Anyways guys, take care, enjoy, and see you in the next video. Peace.